Hey guys, let's get more news about Miami Heat, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Warriors' chances of trading for 6x All-Star may have just received a boost. After failing to land All-Stars Paul George and Lauri Markkanen earlier this offseason, the Golden State Warriors are still on the search for a big-name player to pair with franchise superstar Stephen Curry. If there's a list of stars the Warriors should be monitoring over the next 6 months, Jimmy Butler would be a prominent name given his current contract uncertainty at the Miami Heat. The 34-year-old is up for an extension and has the possibility of becoming an unrestricted free agent should he opt out of his player option for 2025-26. Would Butler be open to a move away from Miami in the near future? Well, according to Brian Lewis of the New York Post on Saturday, the 6x All-Star is fond of Brooklyn even despite the franchise's current rebuilding mode. Butler isn't just open to Brooklyn, but fond of it, sources told the Post. Now, he's not a Net and he might never get close to becoming one. But to dismiss the possibility out of hand is foolish, Lewis wrote. Perhaps Butler is opening himself up to the possibility of leaving the Heat after 5 years and 2 NBA Finals appearances. If that's the case, a trade could be on the horizon which may give Golden State the opportunity to seize on the Curry co-star they've been looking for. The Warriors have already been linked to Butler in late May, with Anthony Slater of The Athletic proposing the 13-year veteran as a target after reports of uneasiness in Miami after their first-round playoff series defeat to the Boston Celtics. Butler missed the entire series through injury and hasn't played more than 65 games in a season since 2016-17. He averaged 20.8 points, 5.3 rebounds, and 5.0 assists last season, shooting 49.9% from the floor and a career-high 41.4% from three-point range. Any trade for Butler would be difficult given his $48.8 million contract for next season, and the Warriors would have to commit to a significant extension to eliminate the risk of him departing for Brooklyn or elsewhere in free agency. Dwayne Wade says being in a Cavs jersey was nasty. I didn't even want number 3 in that jersey. While he's best known for his days playing for the Miami Heat, Dwayne Wade suited up for the Cleveland Cavaliers for a brief period, and he doesn't think he looked quite right in a Cavaliers jersey. Cleveland was a whole different beast, bro, Wade said when looking back on his time with the Cavaliers. It was a lot going on before I got there. Obviously, coming there as bronze, LeBron James, guy, I got thrown into the S. Ooh, it's nasty, it definitely one of the most nastiest jerseys. But you see, I didn't even want number 3 in that jersey 'cause I was like, nah, this ain't a good look. Wade didn't even spend one full season as a member of the Cavaliers. He appeared in 46 games with the team during the 2017-18 regular season and was a bench player. He started only 3 of the games he played in with Cleveland and averaged 11.2 points, 3.9 rebounds, 3.5 assists, 0.9 steals and 0.7 blocks per contest. Wade also shot 45.5% from the field, 32.9% from three-point range and 70.1% from the charity stripe. The 2017-18 iteration of the Cavaliers went on to represent the Eastern Conference in the 2018 NBA Finals, but Wade was no longer a member of the team by the time the playoffs rolled around. In February of 2018, Cleveland dealt James' longtime friend back to the Heat, where his NBA career started, and received a protected second-round draft pick in return. Wade retired from the NBA not all that long after he returned to the Heat. He spent the remainder of the 2017-18 regular season and entirety of the 2018-19 campaign with the Heat before he decided to call it quits on his NBA career. The 42-year-old teamed up with James in the NBA far before the two joined forces on the Cavaliers, however. Wade and James were teammates on the Heat for 4 seasons, and in that span, Miami reached 4 consecutive NBA Finals and won a pair of championships in the years 2012 and 2013. Wade was far removed from the halcyon days of his NBA career by the time he played for the Cavaliers, as he was years removed from his most recent All-Star appearance. However, he was a productive reserve player for the Cavaliers nonetheless during his cup of coffee with the team, and it's unfortunate that he was not able to compete with the squad in the 2018 NBA playoffs during its run to the NBA Finals. Grade the trade. Warriors go all in for Jimmy Butler. Indiana, blockbuster mock trade scenario. The Golden State Warriors are heading into the 2024-25 season with an uncertain future as the franchise hopes that replacing Klay Thompson and Chris Paul with Buddy Hield, DeAnthony Melton, and Kyle Anderson will improve results this season. But in an ultra-competitive West, these moves might not be enough to compete alongside the top for a franchise that failed to make the playoffs last season. On the other conference, the Miami Heat are approaching the end of the road for their run with Jimmy Butler. His future with the franchise looks cloudy after reports that he expects to hit free agency and Pat Riley openly declaring that Butler needs to abide by specific conditions to get a new contract from the team. This might be the perfect time for the Warriors to pounce on a win-now player to give Stephen Curry another chance at a title. Butler's age, injury history, and contract uncertainty means that he can't fetch the massive trade haul one expects from a superstar player. However, he still is important enough to fetch such a package. The Warriors will be taking a massive risk by making this deal, but could emerge as massive winners if Butler delivers for them and makes them a contender in the West. The acquisition of Jimmy Butler would make the Warriors considerably older, especially with the departure of Jonathan Kuminga. But Butler is a proven playoff performer who is capable of leading a team to the NBA Finals. In a secondary offensive role behind Curry, Butler can not only conserve his health for the postseason but be the defensive menace he has remained even as he ages. He and Draymond Green can be conductors of a fierce defensive setup. Butler averaged 20.8 points, 5.3 rebounds, and 5.0 assists last season, struggling with injuries for a big chunk of the regular season and getting hurt during the play-in tournament. He's proven he can be one of the league's most clutch performers, provided he has the right infrastructure around him to support him. The Warriors have the perfect weapons for that, with the likes of Green, DeAnthony Melton, and breakout sophomore Brandon Podziemski. Josh Richardson is a multi-positional asset who could be a valuable 3-and-D veteran for the Warriors when needed. He averaged 9.9 points, 2.8 rebounds, and 2.4 assists last season. The losses of multiple rotational players won't be easy to replace, especially a leader like Looney, but there are options on the market for centers to play behind Tracy Jackson-Davis and Draymond, with Green expected to continue playing minutes at center for the franchise. This is a risk, but it might be worthwhile to maximize the twilight of Curry's prime. And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of Jimmy Butler? Leave your opinion in the comments.